Ukraine's presidential elections may help solve one major problem here: who's in charge. But a new president will face several serious challenges, including the country's contentious gas dispute with Russia.
Speaking simply, it's simple blackmail.
Andriy Kovalov recently took over Ukraine's state-owned gas company Naftogaz. His firm gets almost all its gas from Russian energy giant Gazprom, which has recently doubled its prices to a level that Kovalov and Ukraine's political leaders say is unreasonable.
What's it like having conversations with them about price?
I'd say that it's not constructive. And the conversations we have, they are not bringing any results.
The politics of gas for both these state-controlled entities, the often aging storage facilities, and Ukraine's internal divisions are all consequences of a shared Soviet past. The armed fighting may be taking place hundreds of miles away in the east, but it's here in the peaceful west of Ukraine, just a few miles from the border with Hungary and Slovakia, that an economic and political dispute is really raging. It's focused on gas pipelines like these that are so crucial to Europe's energy needs. Gazprom piped 112 billion cubic meters of gas into Ukraine last year. Around three-quarters continued onto Europe, with the remainder used domestically for household heating and industrial energy. Naftogaz may earn billions each year for transiting Gazprom's gas, but it also pays billions for those domestic gas needs. And that's where much higher prices will hurt Naftogaz, says Denis Sakwa, a gas analyst at Dragon Capital in Kiev.
Most of the company bills are in United States dollars, while residential consumers pay fixed tariffs, and those tariffs are fixed in hryvnias.
Here's the problem. The hryvnia, Ukraine's currency, has fallen around 40% against the dollar since the start of the year. So when Gazprom demands payment in dollars, but Naftogaz is itself paid in hryvnia, it gets squeezed. Russia's Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev says that's not Russia's problem.
I think any creditor is entitled to get their debt repaid. Therefore, we expect to receive the repayment of the debt that is accumulated over the time from Ukraine and the respective company.
The debt currently stands at $3.5 billion and may rise by another $1.6 billion next week, unless Ukraine can persuade Russia to drop its prices.
Sometimes, yes, it's a political weapon. Sometimes it's a very efficient leverage that you can use on a consumer which is highly dependent on large gas supply.
Ultimately, the real issue, says Dragon Capital Sakwa, is simple.
It's a competition problem.
Right now, the Russians are the only game in town, and Ukraine's new leadership will have no choice but to deal with and buy from Gazprom.